many of the therapy we have been developing, we spent so many years understanding the mechanism, developing the therapy in preclinical models. And there is this magic moment when for the first time, you turn on the stimulation and it works. For the longest time, the dogma told to people living with spinal cord injury is that they have to give up.
What we're doing is very hard. It's never been done before.
You will never walk again, you have to adjust to your condition.
No one has developed technologies and therapies that can restore movement and strength and sensation after spinal cord injury.
This incredible way of stimulating the spinal cord in a spatiotemporal manner, so to activate all the different regions of the spinal cord necessary to walk, was not possible with the implant available on the market.
Really an unmet patient need. There's nothing commercial, there's nothing on the market.
There is no limit to this.
So you have to adapt the stimulation. You walk, I mean, it's not every time the same step.
We are bringing a therapy that can make them stand, take some step, maybe regain some independence.
Our devices are new, our approaches are new, and when you're doing new things, it's hard.
Because there's a company, for the first time, dedicated to developing treatment for people living with spinal cord injury, we can change the dogma.
Spin. Feed the doggos. Did you put the green machines out? December 21st, 2012, my family and I were going on a family vacation over some mountains through a pass. As we were driving through the pass, a tree fell on our car. I lost a lot of things that day. I lost my parents. I lost my autonomy. I lost my job. That was the day that I became a quadriplegic. My name is Jessie Owen, and I found the ONWARD technology through a study at University of Washington.
My name is Chet Moritz. I'm a professor at the University of Washington in Seattle. And we do research to help improve function for people with spinal cord injury. I had the opportunity to work with Jessie while she was in our study to test spinal stimulation to improve her hand function.
When the company was first founded, our sole pursuit was helping people recover the ability to stand and walk again and becoming part of the community, the spinal cord injury community. We realized that there are so many other goals for independence and dignity and privacy that were important to people.
The idea is to improve the activity of daily living in a way that is meaningful for them.
So the idea of stimulating the spinal cord is to reactivate the region of the spinal cord responsible for leg movement that is dormant and is waiting for a command.
We started with walking, but then understood how to stimulate the spinal cord in order to modulate blood pressure.
As close as possible as the natural way of stimulating the spinal cord.
We have invested a lot of energy to understand the mechanism underlying our therapy.
The idea of stimulating each different hotspot in order to help the patient.
You know, you're only as big as your imagination and as great as your dream.
As soon as I understood the impact that the therapy was having in people's lives, it was something that was impossible to resist.
Every day you feel satisfied knowing what you're doing is helping somebody.
It's a great challenge professionally, but then knowing that that has that impact on people, it's really rewarding at the end of the day.
We have the mission, when the therapy is effective, to bring it to the people who can benefit from the therapy.
When we talk about, 10% more function, we think about how important that is in terms of being able to live a life. I gained more function than I anticipated. That little bit more independence allows you to do so much more and to feel so much more right in your heart about who you are.
You know, when I see all the requests I receive through emails from all over the world, I realize how much hope it gives to the patients.
Certainly not alone in being drawn to this opportunity by the mission, by the opportunity to help so many people.
You're doing something that seemed impossible.
What I'm most inspired by is the ability for it to change lives.
It was the difference between living with a friend and living with about maybe 18 hours of caregiving a week to moving out and buying my own house.
If you don't, as a scientist, always go onward and look at the past, backward, your failure, your mistake, you cannot progress. Impossible is not possible.